So hello back. Nice to meet you. Uh, Today I will be refining my project that we saw before, and I will be starting immediately, trying to add some effects on this animation. So let's go to Unity, and here we have our scene, our timeline, and let's. Yesterday I did few other animations, but let's activate this one. Go to timeline and set it. As you probably remember, if you saw yesterday how I worked, I didn't refine this water on the floor, and I will be doing it right now. So yesterday I used this simple quad, but after thinking a little bit, I decided that it's probably much easier to make a simple decal. Decal. How do you say? So uh, we can add here one decal projector, and right now we can see that it projects only one simple box quad, and this isn't something that we actually want. Let's go here and move to. This doesn't look nice. So I think that I will be creating a simple shader, shader graph. Let's create here. The first thing we will create here a shader, HTRP, and decal graph. And let's call it water decal. And then I will create material from this shader. It's a good tip too. If you have a shader, you can always click on a shader and say create material, and it will automatically assign you a shader that you need. So in this case we have this one, and I will then assign this shader to default. Let's rename it the water decal. So yes, and at the moment it looks as before, but then we can take this. Let's see what it was. Water decal, and open it in shader graph. Let's undock it, maybe. What I think about, okay. One cool thing about shader graph is that we can create procedural noise, and I will use this gradient noise. That is pretty simple. And then I can I will have to filter this noise, so I will be using smooth step function. Smooth step is a really powerful tool when you have to uh, decide uh, that one thing should be white and another black, for example. So I have here this value, and this will go into a ambient into smoothness, and I will have to create two variables. One is step. Let's call it step, and I will feed it inside this one, and I will create another variable that is called smoothness. So I will feed it here. And as you see right now, we are getting here some interesting values. And I will save just this asset so that I can go into my editor, my material, and I can choose this as a, you look here, you will see that changing this value here changes how much of the smoothness we have. To say contrast between sorry, I forgot here. No, I don't want to use it like this. I will have to add here one add addition. So I will use the same value and feed it right here, and then I will feed it inside to this. So if I set smoothness to 1, you will see that we have straight but if I add something like this, it will create a little bit of the effect. It is almost like water. So also I will have to change this base color. I will not be exposing this because I can control it from directly from the asset. And right now we can see that our decal is projecting a new material, but in this case we don't have anything. Old material isn't visible here, so I have to feed this value also to base color opacity, and in this way we will get perfect type of something like that. One of the things that we could also do is that we can duplicate this node, gradient noise. And let's say we can mix those two. I will add here some addition. Let's try with addition. And then division by 2. So let's move those nodes here. And let's feed this result into input. And right now, you don't see any changes. But if I change here a scale, we will get a little bit of lower noise and bigger noise. So by controlling this value, I can create more variation. Let's see, maybe we can set this to be a really small and say save asset. And in this way we generate noise that is that has smaller details and bigger details. Something like that. Let's say if we can even set it even more. Yes. Okay, and this we can scale. No. Let's scale it to like this. Sure. Yeah. We have to see maybe. Yeah, let's say something like that. And the only thing that we have to do right now is to take our decal and resize it. I will be resizing it so that it covers all the whole corridor. Something like that. I think it should be fine. And then I will set my tiling to something bigger, just to have some more, and my smoothness to something smaller, and step, yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then also I think that I have to change a little bit metallic property. Yeah, so it should look better. And then we can also add a little bit of fade factor. So this will create a little bit more bump on this water. If we look here, and this is probably too much. Let's try to feed this value in base color opacity directly. No. See, where is our default projector? What Unity version do you recommend to use with the Deckard? Any. For example, right now I'm using 2019.4, just because it is more stable. So actually, when you use Unity, you should always use LTS versions. It's a new type of uh, of their coding. So any version that isn't LTS is experimental, or should be seen as experimental feature. This is because Unity has been adding so many things into new version that probably we have simply to uh, just to wait that everything is compatible. And but if you're, for example, starting a project like this, so you can always test if it crashes or no. So it actually isn't that big of a problem. But I mostly like to start with the older version of Unity, then create a copy and then upgrade, because if you're starting with newest version that maybe have some bugs or something that it is quite difficult to go back. But if you are going from a lower version, you can always go to upper version. I think that it should be pretty logical. I don't know. So let's see. That okay. Yeah, something like that. But I probably want also here to crank this metallic to 1. Okay, save asset. Okay, yeah, this looks better. And let's see. Let's try. Change this like that. Okay. And let's also try change the color. Save as. Okay. So let's see what is going on here. If this looks okay. Somewhat. Yeah. Like that. And then I could also play here with normals and things like that, but I think that I will keep it simple. And now if I want, I can close water decal system and maybe fix a little bit this material, floor material, so we can add some kind of normal map. It doesn't show anything. Something like that. Ah, let's see if we can. It looks like I don't have any more my BAMP map here, so let's check this one. Okay, normal map. Okay, so it doesn't show to me. I have to edit probably the shader a little bit more. Decal projection. Okay, yeah. So let's see how does it look in a timeline. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we can see right now that we don't have here anymore any decal, so I will just change this by going here and cover whole scene. Let's see if we can just fix a little bit tiling. Okay, probably I want to tile it more like this. Yeah. So next step, what I want probably is that when I have my car here, let's go into a timeline. You can see that I have added some particles there, but I did yesterday after my streaming and I was pretty tired, so I have only tried to see how they look. And these are simple particle system that just does this. But then I thought that it's better to use another one that we have already in Unity. So why inventing a wheel when we have? So let's go here. Yeah, I will select timeline and block it so that I don't have to do anything. So yes, this is our scene, and I want here a little bit of particles, and also here when it hits the wall, I want to emit some particles. What I did before was like, okay, I'm activating just particles, but it isn't really a best way, because when you deactivate, they are disappearing. So I will be using here from standard assets. So we have particles, and we have this nice how it was flare particle. If I put it in a scene, you will see it's pretty nice because it also stays on the floor and bounces. So this should work for my purpose really well, but I will avoid to, yeah, you will see also that right now all the particle system moves together, but I want it to emit, so I will have to go into this flare and set here like simulation space world. So also here world, and also here world, so that when I move particle system, all the particles move with it. Something like that. And I will be doing, yeah, I will then disconnect this prefab. Unpack prefab completely. And I will just put it in my hierarchy of my car. I'll put it somewhere here down, like this. Okay, and then as we go here, I will probably want it to emit also until this moment. So I will be taking this, adding animation to this particle system, add animation track, and just set it here. So instead of deactivating, I would do simple and dirty trick. That is just moving this particle under our car. So as car comes inside, okay, we have some sparkles. Yeah, that should look pretty nice. And then we can go somewhere here Let's see, where can we go? Okay, we have here our particle system. Let's bring it up, set it somewhere here. Yeah, what suits this? This scene, okay, yeah, something like that. See? Okay, yeah. So when it goes inside, okay, he starts to. Yeah, something like that should work. Because our car moves, it should be probably better just to move those. Oh my, I forgot. Oh no, okay. No, everything was correct. Yeah, so I have to create another keyframe here. I'll just copy this keyframe and set it as we don't. Okay, set it here so that those particles move. Let's see how it works. Probably no, it doesn't work very well. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I will move it a little bit in front so that. Yeah, it's always like a little bit of faking, but because you want a good visual effect, not correct effect. So it's like something like that. Let's see how it behaves. It is still invisible because it's slower than the car. See it here. Oh, let's check only those curves. Maybe they are. Yeah, I will set this to be everything to be both tangents linear so that I don't have any interpolation. Yeah, you see, if I move this car slowly, we can see them, but if I don't move it slowly, it will be. Yeah, it's not perfect. Thank you, Michele. Okay, so go. Let's go here. Move it like that. See this. Yeah, this should be better. And right now I will do this trick here. No, it's not a trick, it's just a. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's something difficult to. So this. I'll probably also have to change a little bit the rate of this particle system. Let's close it, deactivate flare animator, and just add some more emission. Right. We don't have to worry here about performance, so also to the sparks. I will set here 200. Okay, so this should be pretty better. Yeah. Okay. I don't want this one to be that big. It can keep be also. Yeah. So let's maybe move those particles a little bit. Okay, so then, but we don't want here those particles anymore, so I will be adding here another keyframe and just moving them under the floor, so it should look, it should be fine. I hope so. One thing that we have to add here, probably, because our car is going get some damage. I will try to make some simple damage by using decal. So let's see if we can. So what I will show you what I did. I took two simple pieces of foil and then made a photograph of them. Let's see, it's here. I didn't have a black background, but I will use this like this and make it black. Maybe I can push it. Let's say something like that. And then I will just have to mask everything that is black in Photoshop. Create the layer, delete this one, and then maybe just add a subtle universe and just add. No, I will keep it like that. And just export it. Save it to my project folder. That was where it was. Scratch like PNG. Yeah, I think that it should be pretty fine. Just the dirty trick. It's nothing special. So let's see. We have here our scratch. Let's see. PNGs sometimes are. Okay, we'll set it here. Use alpha. So we will have this material, and then I will take always the same material and duplicate it. Like I did yesterday, and set it to normal map. Create from grayscale, scale, and to be like something like this. Apply. No, it's too hard. Go really low. Next time I'll be maybe using. Oh no! Wait. Let's do this one. This thing. Let's open this file and lock. It's okay. Filter, blur, gamma portion blur. I'll do something like this one. Let's see if this works. Okay, and then I will just add something, a little bit of white here on the borders, so that something like that. That we can generate from this file. Save. Okay, so it's saving. This should be better. Something like that. So now we will have to create another. Yeah, let's create one. Simple decal here. Video object. No, it's rendering decal projector. And let's see where we want to project this one. So something like that. You can immediately see that it projects on my car. But this material, I think that it doesn't yet support the decals. So I will activate here in material, receive decals. So decal projector is here. It doesn't look nice, but we will fix it soon. Yeah, the calls are a really powerful thing of HDRP render pipeline, because you can add many details on an object without going into without creating shaders or modeling movies and things like that. Oliver, how did you manage to add screen space reflection in HDRP? I'm using the latest 2019 LTS. It says it's not supported with the current HDRP. I think that your problem is projects when you go into a project settings, okay, and you can find here your HDRP asset, okay. So when you go here, you will find that there are option to turn it on and or off. So I'm really not sure where it was. Wait a second. Yeah, you can you have it here. Screen space reflection, and there is also in another way. Let's see where it was. Yeah, okay, here reflections, screen space reflection. So you have to activate this in your HD render pipeline asset. It's pretty simple thing to do. Okay. Yeah, but I understand you. This can be sometimes confusing because if you don't look there, and then maybe you can think that it doesn't work, but it works actually. So let's see. Let's create this material. Shader, HDRP, decall graph again, and let's scratch decall. So let's create material from this scratch decall material, and let's go edit this material. So what we want here, I want here to have my I want to have my normal map, just and feed it just into a normal snug in space. Then I want to add my scratch map. And this one can be fed into a base color, I think, something like that. And also I want to feed my alpha channel into base color opacity. And just save it. So scratch decall has to be assigned to a decall projector. Okay. And now it let's see if we have imported filter mode. Okay, base color opacity, and also to normal opacity. Okay, so in this way we have our and we will crank this metallic to 100 to 1. Metallic, but yeah, we can base color. Let's see how can we fix this issue, because I see that it also changes my metallic properties. So good. Base color. Oh, we will cancel this one out. Smoothness, let's crank it up to 1. Okay. And see if we have some problems here with the call. No. Reflection, scratch the code. No, nothing. Where we have a decor projector. Yeah, we can play with this one so that it creates some kind of a scratch. So also I will have to scale a little bit this one. Let's see. I'm not sure how I want it to be, but something like that. Probably looks too nice, but yeah. Oh, no, it's okay. I think that it could be pretty fine. Let's move it a little bit here. And probably I want it to rotate it a little bit like this. But this is the first time that I'm really actually using those decals. I really kind of like them, but have to understand yet their real behavior, because as you saw probably that okay, this one. Yeah, something like that. And because we also hit there in the front somewhere, I will also duplicate this one and feed it here. But we want it to be much smaller. This one doesn't work, so let's see, like this. Yeah, in this way it yeah, I think this will go fine now. Not perfect, but when we allow now, if I look with Deckard render, it should be pretty. Yeah, it's enough for that. There is also one other thing that I want to fix here, and this is that when our car goes, we actually can see any trails. If it was in water, it should leave some kind of a trail. And also create some particles, but this is something that we can fix a little bit later. So, okay, so I will have to create some trails. So let's see. Let's create one 3D object. Create empty object. Drag it into my car. And then place it somewhere here. Just something like that. Yeah, we'll place it here. And then I will add here a trail renderer. Time, let's say, long time. We'll create new material. Trail render. Go to my object trail render and then set it here. This material should be pretty simple. We'll take it as opaque. No, it's transparent. Yeah, transparent material. You will see that it right now creates this kind of a. We want this material to be to align to transform that of our object. So when I move it, you will see that it aligns this side. So we have to take it and into local space and rotate it like this. So let's see. Okay, yeah, this is fine. So now we can also take it and place it under our car. Somewhere here, but we'll try to place it like that. Yeah, that should be pretty okay. So let's see, but it in this case it is completely it's too big. I will make it smaller. Yeah, cast shadows off, light probes, blend probes. This is really important. Then we want to fix this material a little bit, so we'll rank metallic and smoothness to max, this to black. You will see that it doesn't really actually reflect anything. Why this happens? Because we don't have lighting data. This is important because this value will generate all the data for our trail. And then let's scale this trail. And you can see that it isn't perfect yet, but we will. Yeah, in this way it generates okay. Here we don't want it. so transparent. Let's put it to opaque because uh, opaque is better for this kind of thing because it will also generate be seen in 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 reflection. Let's see if we can receive the calls. No, we don't want to receive the call. Yeah, and also we don't want to cast shadows, but we are actually casting, and because we have okay, now let's see if we can start the sound. Yeah, something like that. We will see if we can get it somewhere. Yeah, I have to move it a little bit under. It would be nice if those trails could be generated by. Yeah, this is something that I. No. Okay, here our car is a little bit. But at the end, we can also. I think that I will be activating this trail just in this moment because this is what I need, actually. Yeah. Let's see from the start. Yeah, something like that. Then I will probably add a little bit of bump on this trail, but let's see. Okay, and then we have another trail. We can duplicate this one. Local. Okay, local. Duplicate. Place it under this wheel. So let's see. Okay. Now we have to fix it a little bit. In this way we can see that my car isn't properly on the ground, but yeah, we can fix it. Yeah. And for example, we don't have it here correctly. So probably a better idea was to create my this type of trail before animating car, so I could see perfectly where it goes. But yeah, it's about faking. It's not. You have always to think that if you're making movies, everything is about faking. That's why even in reality, nothing is actually real. So, for example, I have this scene and this in this angle where I actually don't see enough of my car. So I will probably, not probably, but surely add some one another light, just a kind of a fill light. Set it to something like that, and then set it to spot, because I just want a little bit of more lightning here in this angle when it goes, but without affecting too much of other objects. Let's move it here. Let's move it here. Okay. And let's look. Spot why it shows like this. I don't know. Okay. Here we go. Reduce range. Okay. Yes, something like that. Just to add that little bit of contrast here, and it will also. Actually, I could also move it, even if it's in the real world, it wouldn't move, but not here, because I don't want anything here. So no, but I want probably a little bit. So. Okay. And right now, I also have this problem with radical. Where it was my game object. Yeah. Oh my god! I think that I made huge mistake here. I have duplicated my tray render, but actually it wasn't duplicated sometimes. Anyway, I'll put it here. So let's move this car a little bit. Main camera. Right. This is our car. Let's go to this keyframe because I think that this keyframe isn't correct. And position X, position Y. Okay, so let's try to move it right there. Activate. Okay, activate animation, and where it is here. Okay, right now it is too much. Let's go to keyframe, move it a little bit down. So here it creates a little bit of let's just check this trail render because it's 9 seconds. We don't need that much. We have only animation that is 3 seconds. Let's put it to 3. Okay. So what I have to do here, because it's really hard to animate this trail. So I will be doing a simple thing, making create a C# script trail constraint. It's a really simple script. First, what we want to do is that we take our object. Let's see. Uh, Public float uh, constrain height. Constrain height, okay, equals 0. Let's say something like that. We will change it later. In every update, I will take game object, position, epsilon, no, epsilon, is game object for position option new vector 3 game object position x constraint height and game object position. So what's that? Okay, so this transform. My God, transform. 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 And also here transform. I forgot it. Transform. So this script practically takes position and sets it to a desired height. Yes, but by keeping always its position. Gaspang. Should I deactivate all camera anti-aliasing since the Deckard uses its own? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because anti-aliasing based on temporal anti-aliasing, and it will always do some things that I will show you here. For example, if I open Deckard View, Right now it's pretty hard to see, but yeah, so let's scale it a little bit. Yeah, we are rendering right now at a low resolution, but look here. If I activate anti-aliasing, temporal anti-aliasing, you will see that everything gets much blurrier. So if you set no anti-aliasing, it is much clearer. Clear, it's better. And Decker doesn't suffer from any anti-aliasing issues, so it's pretty. Yeah, it's always better to activate. You see, no anti-aliasing is better with Decker. Cinematography database. This is a lot of coding for making a movie. Well, actually, it isn't, but this is a pretty simple thing. So let's see. Yeah, now we have to. We have created our tray constraint. Tray constraint. Yeah, I will deactivate one of those trails just to be able. And before starting this script, I really want to copy my transform position, because if I didn't wrote it correctly, then I will lose my position. So one of the things that are important in my case, because I want to have a feedback, direct feedback here, is that I add execute in edit mode. This will constrain my script to be always executed. I hope that my coordinates were correct. And let's see when it compiles. Okay, so now we have our trail, but we can see. Okay, no, we can see it. Trail constraint. Yeah, we can set here constraint height. And you will see that it is actually so you can see that it is always in this case at 0. Okay, let's say something 0.1. This should probably do a trick. Yeah, it's perfect. So right now it keeps our it works. So I will copy this component and add it here. No, okay. It's enough to see 0.0.01. Okay. So now both trails should be inactivate my trail. So now both trails should be visible. Yeah. This is this should be pretty okay. Let's see from start. Okay, yeah. So I think that uh, this could be everything for this session, and I will be rendering this scene and then checking it out how it. Okay, yeah, maybe before turning everything off, I could unmute those other cameras because I have more cameras here. So yesterday I made some animations. One was this. It is quite looks almost as another. And then I made one animation from the back. So in this way, yes. So for this, probably for this scene, I will have to add some more of a trails. Yeah, let's do it right now so that we don't have to think about this anymore. So we have those. Choose something like. Oh, sorry, I wasn't showing anything. Oh my god. So yes, let's see. Yeah, this was another scene. So, but now we can see that our trails aren't correct here. We don't have another trail, so I will go into my GT trail render. Let's see where it is. And just copy this object, duplicate it, Control D, and then move it under my. Yeah, this should be okay. Yeah, also that when we are here, no, I think it should be okay. So let's save this and then go and go to main camera, turn off this camera and go to this camera and let's render the scene with Deckard. So everything is already prepared here. Open Deckard view. I will just scale this one because we are rendering in full HD and go to play. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, and I will wait here until rendering finishes this one. Yes, Punk. What type of a PC do you have? It's rendering very fast. Well, it's nothing special. It is using RTX. Wait a second. yeah, GeForce RTX 2080. It's not even Ti, so it's pretty normal PC. But yes, probably because I'm using all SSD hard disk, so uh, writing to disk is pretty fast. But other than that, you know, it's yeah. The moment I'm waiting to find some RTX 3090 probably. I will need it for ray tracing, for better ray tracing. If you look a stream that I made yesterday, I was explaining a little bit uh, about animating with cameras. So I'm mostly not using the Cinemachine because Cinemachine is good for some things, but I'm mostly using my it's with Oculus. So I'm using this like a controller for a virtual camera if I need something that is handheld. But in case like this, I prefer to do everything manually so that I can that I can have more control on what camera does. And also, if you're doing something like that for games, Cinemachine is very great. But if you're doing something like this, where you have at the end only few shots, a few seconds of animation, it is much easier to animate with keyframing. But I'm actually thinking about creating another plugin for managing virtual cameras, but that will be something a little bit different. So, but I will do this probably when I find some time after producing this video, this movie. Anyway, thank you for watching, and hope to see you soon. And if you like this video, give it a like, and if you want to follow other videos, please subscribe to this channel so that you can have announcement when it will go online. I don't have any. I have not decided to have fixed times because I'm mostly working on this project when I have free time. So this way I can, if I decide to do it right now, like I have decided right now, I will start doing 5 minutes. I will create a stream 5 minutes before start working. So some days I might I can do even more than one stream, or other days maybe I won't be doing any streams. So this is a little bit about this. Are you planning to update the Deckard renderer? What is on your roadmap for this asset? Well, at the moment, I can say that the latest version is should be completely stable and can be used absolutely in production. So most of the problems that I had were fixed right now with a new safe render mode. The patch for this is available on the support forum. So I'm just right now I'm fixing, adding some smaller things like better film noise system that should be pretty powerful in simulating how real film behaves. So, but other than that, most of the problems that render had were fixed. Yeah, there are a few problems with the new interface in Unity in 2020. For example, this rendering frame continues to disappear and appear. So I will go because Unity changed a little bit their interface uh, with with this type of things. So I will have to make another bar that will be probably here in this space. What Michele Bianchi writes, what possibilities do you see for UX designer in VR applications? How do you see the Italian VR ecosystem? Well, UX designer in VR applications. Yeah, well, it is quite interesting, but I'm not sure. Are you a programmer or no? Because I think that VR applications require uh, pretty big amount of programming. It's more about how do you use interfaces than about simple design. So it can be pretty complex thing. And at this moment, yeah, it is quite interesting, but uh, I think that it is a field that should be explored even more. And about Italian VR ecosystem, I don't know really too much because I'm mostly working for uh, the whole world. So yeah, if you're a programmer, then yeah, you should try as many concepts and then see what works and what doesn't work. No, I'm not a replicant. Yeah, I hope so. Who knows? Yeah, rendering, I think that goes a little bit, doesn't go as fast as it went yesterday when I wasn't streaming because I have right now all the screen sharing systems that steal some power of my PC. Let's see the usages here. GPU usage. Memory. GPU. Yeah, as you can see, GPU usage is pretty low here. This is a pretty strange thing. Yeah, probably because I have other tasks on my computer that are running. Yeah, it is. The latest Deckard update was awesome. It's much more responsive now. Yeah, it is absolutely more responsive, uh, but on expense of performance in editor. But I think that it's always pretty fast, much faster than other software rendering solutions. We have to render still a few frames, and then we can see this animation. Okay. Oh yes, this is our image sequence. Yeah, at the end, it is even pretty hard to see all the elements that we have added, but yeah, at the end, when you do some, yeah, I could probably add some lighting, more of the lights, but I'm not sure. I like this dark feeling for this movie. So, thank you guys, and hope to see you soon. Please subscribe and give a like. Thank you. Bye.